Today I'm going to show you how to mask the car so installation solution stays away from the leather, and how to build a fully protected masking setup. I'll walk you through it in a little more detail. So after watching this video, I hope you can apply the same method to other vehicles. It should make your life a little easier. Hello everyone, good to see you. Today we're working on a Bentley Bentayga. Let's get this installation started. When you hear Bentley, you think top-tier luxury. It's a supercar and definitely a dream car. Usually when we say supercar, we picture low-slung convertibles or coupes like a Lamborghini Huracan or a Ferrari. Those are the cars that usually come to mind. But Bentley's Bentayga is an SUV. A luxury SUV from one of the finest brands in the world. Personally, if you asked me to choose between a Lamborghini Huracan and a Bentley Bentayga, I'd take the Bentayga. Why? Because it's comfortable. Lamborghini, Ferrari, or Bentley, they're all luxurious. What makes them luxurious? The drive, the handling, the exterior, all of it. But the real difference hits you when you sit in the driver's seat. Every material looks clean, beautifully organized, and genuinely premium. The moment you sit down, you feel like you're being treated like royalty. Close the door, and suddenly you feel like you've made it. That sense of being looked after is one of its biggest strengths. As you can see, the Bentley Bentayga is seriously luxurious. Can anyone really copy a grille like this? Not a chance. It has a presence all its own. These round headlights give it that signature retro look. There's an old school character to it. Yet every detail is finished with incredible precision. It's beautifully done. Looking at this Bentayga, the panel gap where the hood meets the fender looks incredibly precise. The spacing is perfectly consistent, and at a glance, the proportions look spot on. It's hard to find anything to criticize. Every element sits exactly where it should, at just the right size. It's a handsome SUV. And this one comes in a clean white finish. White, a color Korean drivers absolutely love. You don't see it nearly as often in the US or even in Europe. But in Korea, white just looks right. I'm not usually a big fan of white, but on a Bentayga, I'm in. Tinting a Bentley isn't always extremely difficult. When people say Bentleys are difficult, they usually mean the sedans and coupes. The SUV is easier than the passenger cars. On a Bentley Continental GT, for example, the rear window can be absolute torture. I couldn't show it in the last video, but the upper backing is extremely thick, and the glass rises at an angle like this. Not like this, it comes up like this. If you lower it this much, you can't align the film, and even a half-install method won't work. It becomes a real challenge. It's honestly one of those ultimate expert-level installations. I really wanted to show you, but the timing didn't work out, so I couldn't film it. I'll save that one for another day. Bentley passenger cars can be that difficult. They definitely come with their own challenges. Compared with those, the Bentayga is fairly straightforward. Still, when working on a vehicle like this, you need to be extra careful. The same goes for Lamborghini and Ferrari. One scratch, and congratulations, the shop owner just bought the car. Watch every movement you make around the vehicle. When using a squeegee inside, make sure the plastic edge never brushes the door trim. This leather is extremely delicate, and even a light touch can leave a mark. Be careful with the heat gun as well. Skill and experience matter, but treating the car like it's your own is the biggest issue, and the most important point of the entire installation. There's one more thing I want to cover: how to mask vehicles like this properly. Today, I'll show you how to create a masking setup that keeps installation solution away from the leather. We'll build the protection the right way, and I'll show you the details step by step. I hope you can use this method on other vehicles. It should be helpful, especially because a lot of installers seem to struggle with masking materials. The tape simply doesn't stick well, but the door trim has to be properly protected. before you can even begin, and sometimes the setup already lets water in while the tape refuses to stay put. That kind of tape just won't do the job. Ordering random alternatives online often doesn't solve anything either. I've seen it many times. Shops are full of masking tapes that barely work, awkward tapes that make the job harder, plus pre-taped plastic masking film. Those are the two common options. We use 3. We also use this thicker masking tape, including the orange tape used around the A-pillars. When you pull it off, it should come away cleanly without tearing. For this job, I don't recommend 3M tape. It didn't perform well for me. It's not that 3M lacks technology. This particular tape seems designed for rough construction site use. That's probably why it feels more like a budget product. First, lower the window before you start masking. It's much harder to mask properly with the glass fully raised. Next, decide whether this section needs protection. This material is rubber, so there's no need to mask it. If it was suede or fabric, loose fibers could fall onto the film, so you'd mask it. On this car, it isn't necessary. Take a look. On this vehicle, anchor the tape right here. Secure it at the end, just like this. Now look at this section. This part is leather trim, and this section is usually rubber or plastic. Most cars use rubber, but on this one, it's plastic. Attach the tape right here. Use the folded edge and tuck it in, just like this. Most installers don't attach it this way. They usually stick it on like this. This surface happens to hold tape well, so it still stays in place. But with weak tape, especially low-tack masking film tape, it may stick at first, then fall off the moment it gets wet. So, when you apply it, start like this. Use the 90-degree corner, fold the tape over it, and secure it this way. It's not going anywhere. And the installation solution won't touch the door trim at all. See that? I don't use the half-install method, where only part of the film goes on first. I prep the release liner and install the film in one shot, as you already know. Because of that, this is where the masking needs to sit when the liner comes off. If exposed adhesive touches ordinary plastic, it grabs immediately. This tape doesn't. Even when the film adhesive touches it, the film won't stick. That's because the surface is coated. Run the tape all the way to the very end. Then finish it off like this. Right here. Secure it this way, because some vehicles have surface coatings that make tape difficult to stick. And those cars do come in from time to time. Even on those vehicles, if you want the masking to stay locked in place, you need to anchor it here. The masking should not shift around. That's why you secure this section. And that's how you complete the masking. Even if the film touches this area, it won't stick. Then we raise the film and squeegee all the solution downward. Shop owners watching this, if an employee learns this method from YouTube, don't give them a hard time for trying it. This method actually keeps dust out very well. In fact, the half-install method can let in more dust. The key is understanding where the dust is entering, then targeting that exact area. Once you do that, dust stays out. This method itself isn't the problem. I've shown you the masking process in detail, so the next time you mask a vehicle, which is probably every day, make sure this repetitive daily task doesn't become mindless. It needs to become more precise through habit. This is one of the fundamentals. Now let's continue with the installation.